Welcome to another week of You Son of a Witch Heart. This week we're going to launch another wizarding probe into some fascinating flash fiction stories. You've really shared some truly captivating material this time around. We're so excited to unpack these tales of magical adventure and all the hidden potential inside of them.
Right. I mean, you've given us two really distinct stories to explore, which is awesome.
Yeah.
The first, Grimoire Groundskeeper, it's so classic, right? The whole setup with someone longing for magic who's sort of stuck outside looking in.
Yeah.
And then the second, the Spellbound Express. I mean, talk about a runaway train.
Yeah, and powered by magic too. It's
Yeah.
threatened by it.
Totally. Both stories so different, so many layers. We're going to uncover what makes them work, what makes them tick, what makes them so good, And hopefully by the end, we'll all have a richer understanding of their impact and how they're put together.
Exactly. Think of this wizarding probe as your all-access pass into the heart of these stories. We don't just want to rehash the plot. We want to pull out those little sparks of, ingenuity and those familiar elements from fantasy that make them so enjoyable. So let's just jump right into the first story. Grimoire Groundskeeper. Right away, the thing that just struck me was the character of Jamie, a teenager, working as a groundskeeper at a magical academy. It's just that classic underdog situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surrounded by magic, but seemingly excluded from it. What did you make of that, the way the author set that all up right at the beginning?
It's the irony, right? You said it. This kid, Jamie, is in this in-between place, so close to something powerful, but it's just out of reach.
Right.
It creates this automatic tension, and as a reader, you're instantly on his side, pulling for him. It's that feeling I think we all have, that desire to overcome limitations and prove everyone wrong.
Yeah, totally. And he doesn't just accept his fate.
Right.
The story's like, boom, he's secretly learning magic.
Yeah.
Finding all these discarded spell books and teaching himself in his own time, that's what I loved. This DIY education aspect makes you wonder how much talent is out there, unnoticed.
Right.
Just because it didn't come through the proper channels,
Yeah.
What does that say about the institutions, these magical academies, even in our own world, right?
Oh, that's a good point. It makes you think about how limiting any formal system can be, the way Jamie takes initiative. It just highlights the power of that drive you have as an individual and the possibility of learning outside of, the traditional ways. And also, think about how short flash fiction is. The author chose to show this self-teaching, spent valuable words on it. It's important to Jamie's character and to what the story is trying to say.
Absolutely. Then there's this whole chimera thing. It's not just a random monster attack, It forces Jamie to use his magic to reveal what he can do. He casts that shielding spell without even thinking. So satisfying after seeing him study in secret. Classic hidden depths trope. But what makes it work so well in this story?
Well, the story kind of turns things on their head. You'd think Jamie would be punished for doing magic without permission, right?
Yeah.
But the headmaster is curious. It's almost like he recognizes something in Jamie. Now you've got a mentor figure who might not be about following the rules. It adds mystery. It makes you want to know more.
Yeah. It leads to that amazing scene in the Grand Library. It's such a contrast to Jamie's tiny room. A huge turning point for him. Visually, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You can see how much his life is about to change. And then, bam, that cliffhanger ending. Another spell book. Mysterious. What were your thoughts on that?
It makes you want more. The author's not done with Jamie. There's more to discover about this academy, about its secrets. It mentions markings on this book, so you know it's special. It's old, probably powerful. It makes you wonder about the challenges and opportunities ahead for this kid. It's a good trick. The impact of the story keeps going even though it's over.
Totally. Okay, let's switch gears.
Yeah.
We've been in this academy. It's intimate, but now we're going for something way more high octane. We're hopping on the Spellbound Express.
Right.
This story drops you right into a world where magic and technology are totally intertwined. These awesome steam engines powered by magic. But hold on, because we've got a central conflict right away.
Yeah.
A runaway train with a cursed artifact on board. Whoa. What was your first reaction when you read that?
You've got this amazing backdrop. It's magic mixed with this industrial technology, like steampunk.
Yeah.
But more magical. Right away, you know it's serious. Runaway trains are dangerous anyway.
Yeah.
But add in a cursed artifact, it's a whole other level of danger. It makes you think about the rules of magic in this world and what could go wrong.
Yeah, for sure. And then we meet the crew, right? These sorcerer engineers, Anya, Will, and Elias.
Right.
Each one has a specific skill that's crucial to handling this magical emergency.
Yeah.
It's like teamwork makes a dream work, right? And how did you feel about how the author introduced them so quickly?
Well, flash fiction is short. You have to introduce characters fast. By showing us Anya with the pressure gauge, Will knowing about runes and Elias doing his spell weaving, the author shows us that they're a good team, ready for anything.
Yeah.
We can jump right into the action without a lot of explanation.
Exactly. And then there's the artifact itself.
Yeah.
The shattered heart of Akara. It's not just something they have to find. It's messing with reality around them.
Oh, yeah.
The way the author describes the train cars twisting and the environment changing, it's so vivid. It's not just a simple plot device, a MacGuffin. This thing is chaos in action. What did you think about those moments where reality just bends?
It adds unpredictability. It's not a broken engine they're fighting. It's a magical force that's messing with the laws of reality. It makes you question if even magical technology can stand up to that raw power. Makes the situation feel desperate.
Totally. And then boom, crash. They're searching for the heart, which is now loose. The wreckage is so strange, metal fused together, clocks running backward. It really paints a picture of how powerful and creepy this artifact's influence is. Makes you think, what happens when these objects get into the wrong hands? Or if they just become unstable?
You're right, it's creepy. The images the author uses show how unnatural this heart's power is. The twisted metal, the messed up time, it all creates a picture of this magical disruption. And you feel the urgency. They have to get that artifact back before things get worse.
And Anya, she comes up with this plan to channel the engine's power into the heart. It's a long shot. You're on the edge of your seat wondering if it'll work. Do you think?
It's a moment of pure, genius born out of desperation.
Yeah.
They aren't just using brute force or some spell they already know. They're being creative. They're
Yeah.
using the magic and technology of their world in a new way.
Yeah.
That final confrontation with the blinding light, that's like a release of tension, but we know it's not over.
No, not at all. We've got that cliffhanger ending, the heart's emitting the sound, a hum. It's like a heartbeat. The whole vibe shifts from immediate threat to something way more mysterious. Potentially even more dangerous. It's subtle, but it changes everything. What are your thoughts?
It's brilliant. That heartbeat, it implies the heart has transformed. It's different now. It makes you wonder, did the curse go away like they hoped? Or is it something else now? More questions about this artifact and what it means for their world.
So as our wizarding probe into these two flash fiction stories wraps up for this week, I mean, you've experienced two incredible journeys. Grimoire Groundskeeper showed us this quiet determination to reach your potential, even when the odds are stacked against you. And then, the Spellbound Express, full of high stakes, a race against this magical disaster. We saw real courage and quick thinking.
What I love is how these stories use classic fantasy elements. You know, the underdog, the hidden power, the curses artifact, they make them their own. They show how much you can do, how much world building and character development you can fit into a short story.
It really highlights the power of being brief, of telling a whole story quickly. Which story stuck with you more? Was it Jamie's personal journey, figuring himself out? Or the excitement of that runaway train, almost like a movie? Think about how the different pacing and focus of each story made you feel as you read.
Here's something else to consider. What happens to Jamie after the story ends? Will his magic cause problems? Or will it bring him new friends, allies? And what about Anya and her team? Is that heartbeat a sign of danger or something completely different? What new challenges might they face now that the heart has changed?
Thanks for joining us this week on You Son of a Witch H. We hope you enjoyed this wizarding probe into the amazing world of flash fiction. We hope it sparked your imagination. Remember to rate and follow You Son of a Witch H for more journeys into these wild stories. Until next time, keep the magic alive.